Right, 27 August 2025, and today I'm going to be giving you a quick morning update on all the trending news that is taking place in Zimbabwe and in Africa. And today I want to start with what has been trending yesterday from the interview by former Zimbabwe Finance Minister Tendai Biti and also former Vice President of the CCC and former President of the PDP political party. So yesterday, Tendai Biti gave a wide-ranging interview together with the interviewer, Blessed Mhlanga. And as part of that interview, Tendai Biti touched on a number of key and important issues, particularly regarding to do with the current state of Zimbabwe's politics and the army. So particularly the war veterans, the army, and the people. How are they going to react to Tagwirei being co-opted into the Central Committee? That meeting is being held today in the absence of General Chiwenga. So Chiwenga is currently in India. And when asked what this means, Tendai Biti mentioned that this is going to bring Zimbabwe on the brink of violence. So there is going to be violence. But I want to show you in his exact words what Tendai Biti said during that interview. So that interview is available on HSTV, and it's very revealing on what Tendai Biti thinks about a number of issues. But for now, let's take hold of the issue of Tagwirei. What is going to happen if Tagwirei is co-opted towards the presidency of Zimbabwe?
It's not the economy, it's the country. War veterans are not going to allow that nonsense. State institutions are not going to allow that nonsense. So this Tagwirei move is putting the country on tenterhooks. It is putting the country on a knife edge, on a precipice. It will blow the country. This country will implode again. And remember.
Okay, let's pause. The country will implode again, and this is going to cause violence because Zimbabwe is not used to solving these issues without violence. And particularly, this was the cause of 2017 when the army and people in the security structures felt that Blessed Mhlanga was going to become president. So let's hear him say more about this.
When this country implodes, people die because we have never known any peaceful dispute settlement mechanism. We are not capable of talking to each other and hearing each other. And we resolve our conflicts through violence. The Tagwirei.
Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'll allow you guys to go and watch the video. Later on, it's widely available on HSTV. And as always, Blessed Mhlanga gets a way of asking questions that go deeper than the person who is being asked initially wanted to talk about it. So Tendai Biti has said there is a problem politically in Zimbabwe, and the problem is to do with the constitution. He's concerned by the state of the opposition, and he has suggested that there must be a new body, but not a political body, so not a political party. So he's proposing something similar to the National Constitutional Assembly that will allow politicians and other stakeholders to talk about what's happening in the country. He gave an example that ever since he started in politics, every Friday was either attending a rally or a press conference. But now that is all stopped. The opposition has been decimated. MDC, CCC has been decimated. So very important interview. Go check it out on HSTV with Blessed Mhlanga and Tendai Biti talking over there, and was particularly asked about the efforts to reunite everyone under MDC. And he says that is a noble idea, but he's not going to be part of that. He is not into politics. He has left the political playing field. He's more concerned in creating a platform that is going to deal with the constitutional issues So that is where Tendai Biti is right now. And contrast that with Chamisa's approach. Chamisa says the MDC and CCC, leaving those groups was the best decision that is ever made. So we now have two schools of thought. That is Chamisa's approach for a movement, Tendai Biti's approach for a platform, and Mzuri and the rest of the guys' approach of a political party. That is going to be very interesting. And as we move towards the elections, you're going to see that many people are going to converge, but things have changed. So the idea of an NTA, to me, is not going to be the direction anymore. Dara Geza was talking of an NTA. Ibo Mandaza is pushing an NTA. Tendai Biti is pushing a platform. Chamisa is pushing a movement. And then the rest of the guys are pushing the MDC. So the MDC is a vehicle for uniting people once again. And that is where we are. There is almost no consensus on how to move forward in the opposition. But now the ball is in ZANU-PF's court. How is ZANU-PF going to react today when Tagwirei is co-opted officially in the absence of Chiwenga? So this is seen as a plan which was put in place by Mhlanga. And if you go to the Newsday newspaper of today, you are going to see that this plan, according to this Newsday newspaper, was set in motion in Japan. So there was a meeting in Japan, which was held by the office of the president, people in the office of the president, and Mhlanga himself. And they plotted to sideline to sideline Chiwenga by sending him on a diplomatic engagement. So this is according to the Newsday newspaper of today. You can see it here. Plot to sideline Chiwenga. So that is in the Newsday. This was arranged and planned in Japan, according to this article in the Newsday newspaper. So you can go check it out. It's all coming together, and it's all going to come together sometime this week. Starting today, you're going to see something big taking place. And in my own opinion, I don't believe that Mhlanga is an easy person to deal with. I don't think Mhlanga is a sitting duck, like, for example, the way Mugabe was. And I think many people underestimate Mhlanga. So when you approach Mhlanga, I don't think you can approach him the same way that you approached Mugabe. Particularly, I showed you the security of Mhlanga that is done, what is done here with his security. Mhlanga is actively preparing for what Tendai Biti is talking about. So unlike Mugabe, who thought nothing was going to happen, no one was coming, Mhlanga is actually ready. So I believe that Mhlanga is going to be able to anticipate and also deflect these guys. So I think that Mhlanga has done enough behind the scenes. So what you might see is not the fall of Mhlanga, but the fall of other people before Mhlanga goes. So before Mhlanga goes, there will be an even bigger push against people who want to come in. So I think that is where we are. It's clear to me that Mhlanga has done a lot. A motorcade with 15 cars tells me something. So I showed you this, and I don't want to spend more time on it. You can go and look at the video I did 2 days ago, where Mhlanga is not only actively preventing and protecting himself, but is attacking, is on an attack. So the kind of countermeasures Mhlanga has put in place are not defensive, but both defensive and attack. So Mhlanga, a very dangerous person. And I tend to agree with Tendai Biti that this won't end well. The way that this is going to end is one side is going to prevail, the other side is going to be decimated. And very important interview, go check it out on HSTV. It was done yesterday by Blessed Mhlanga. It started more like a business interview, and most people who don't finish things might not even have seen what I'm showing you now. So that is Chiwenga right now over there in India on what I call a fake powers meeting. So normally they send him onto what are called fake meetings. They send him to meetings that don't make sense. And these are what I call fake powers. They give him this sense that is going on an important mission, but they're actually doing something else. So if you look at Japan, most of the people aligned to Mnangagwa were there. And as the newspaper is saying, the Newsday, this was a plan. That is where the strategy was put into place on how to go around Chiwenga and put Tagwirei. Today, Tagwirei will receive his letter. He's going to be a member of the Central Committee. He has already been slotted into Harare province. He has already replaced someone this week. A meeting was held last week. So go check out the details in the Newsday newspaper. Okay, let's quickly run through the news. Very important stories today, and some very embarrassing stories too to some people. Let's start with the Lungu. So in Zambia, so let's get out the banner. The Lungu family has suffered a defeat at court. So they went directly to the Constitutional Court after they lost at the High Court in Pretoria. And yesterday, the High Court, the Constitutional Court has ruled that the Lungu family has not shown enough that they can go directly to the Constitutional Court. So their idea of directly approaching the Constitutional Court has been denied. Therefore, their appeal, which they put at the High Court, now kicks off because that was suspended for some after an agreement. So there was an agreement, and the judges allowed them to go and appeal directly to the Constitutional Court. So that means now they can either go back to the High Court or they can accept the decision of the High Court, which I don't see them doing. I see them going back to the High Court very soon. So within the next week, we'll be able to know what is going to happen with the Lungu family. Are they going to go to the High Court back to kick off their appeal, or they're going to accept the decision of the Constitutional Court and take the body home? There is currently an agreement between the Zambian government and the Lungu family to tone down on all public statements regarding this issue. So you're not going to see a lot of public statements. You're going to see calm from both sides. They're not going to be making crazy statements. And you've seen that people who were talking crazy have sort of pulled back. That is because of an agreement between the two sides that they must calm down and not talk too much in public. Then we have another important story that is shocking. And if you go to the H Metro newspaper, you are going to see that Blessed Mhlanga, who is the chairman of the Zimbabwe Insurance Brokers Association, has been arrested and is currently in custody after he was involved in a transaction at Montclair Casino, which was sold for 5 million. And he was representing an organization who's a shareholder, but he had already resigned from that company. So he stole $208,000 from the money that was supposed to go to the shareholder where he had resigned, and is currently in custody. So he's been arrested and is in custody for fraud. So this is serious because this guy is a top representative of the Zimbabwe Insurance Brokers. Very sad to see such a thing. Most companies in Zimbabwe are suffering from fraud. Lots of theft taking place among the senior executives, and it's shocking. And still on H Metro, Baker's Inn is in the news for the wrong reason today. So the reason is one of the employees has been caught in Chitungwiza with another man's wife. So let's look at what is showing right here. Let's see what is showing right here. I want to quickly look at the story. I want to show you the video. So let's see if I can get it. In Chitungwiza, it's bad.
It's what is the best? uzoti pabasa komuno muri kuitei mabasa mako emuno chichaitika
panamana ndakaronda kati ndakapinda mumba sina reason kuti bali unozodrive wako tumuziva wasi
saka sozera se
ndabatwa
uko apa uri kutonga zvitira wetu wana.
Okay, you can go check out that serious situation that developed when a Bakers Inn driver went to Chitumwiza and was asked to go into a house by one woman. And then after they had all undressed, a husband appeared and was made to pay $380 to get out. So that is called a married wife scam. So if you are in Harare and a woman says to you, come to my house, I'm alone, my husband is away, don't do it. You are going to fall for a married wife scam. When I was still working in Johannesburg, one of our guys went to Nigeria and he met a beautiful lady at the bar. And he was talking to her for like an hour. After an hour, she said, can I come to your room? She went over to his room. And just as he was undressing, the husband jumped into the hotel room and he paid no less than $1,000 to get out of that situation. So that is called a married wife scam. So don't fall for it because this guy has been arrested. So the guys who you are hearing there behind the scenes have been arrested. And anyway, who goes to a woman's house? I always tell guys, no one ever goes to a woman's house. You go to your own spot, not to a woman's spot. That's crazy. And then let's go to South Africa. In South Africa, there are three important stories today. Let's start with the new political party. So a new political party is about to be formed ahead of the local government elections. If you go to the Star newspaper, you will see that Rise Mzansi, the Good Party, and Build One South Africa are planning to merge into a new centrist political party which will contest the 2026 local government elections. Action A, SA, was initially part of the plan, but has pulled out, citing the fact that they believe that they can win by themselves. So what I think is these three, one of them is already working with the government. Patricia de Lille is already in the government as a minister. And Musi Maimane over here and the other guy from Rise Mzansi, they are more like the new kids. And I don't know if they have enough, they don't polarize enough. So if you want to do well as a political party, you must have a definite, different offer. And I don't know if these guys have it. They are nice guys. So what you need is someone with an extreme position, either on one side or the other. And I don't know what these guys are about. So very interesting to see what is going to happen with the new centrist political party. And the name says itself, it's a centrist political party. What does it mean to be centrist? It means you're at the center and no one likes the center. And then let's go to Vusi. Ket Mahlala. He's appeared in court yesterday and is going to be back on Tuesday for a bail application. So that is the 2nd of September. He's appearing in court over 7 dockets that are in Sandton, Pretoria, the Val, and I think one of them is in Soweto. So the NPA is trying to centralize the 3 dockets, and on Tuesday he's going to appear in court. So check out these stories in the local press. And then let's see what is going to happen at the end of this month. If you're in South Africa, the South Africa National Parks is offering free entry into all their national parks from the 22nd to the 26th of September. But you have to be local. You have to be locally based in South Africa for you to benefit from this. Right, I think I've covered most of what I wanted to cover. Let's go to the newspapers. Today we're going to be looking at the Herald newspaper. We've already looked at the Newsday newspaper. So let's look at Herald Zimbabwe. As you are aware, today is a very important day. We're looking at the Politburo meeting of ZANU-PF, and everyone is expecting and anticipating a big thing to happen. We saw already army trucks moving around and people are getting excited, but I am not excited because Mnangagwa is a very dangerous person. So don't think you can approach Mnangagwa without a plan. And most people think they can do so. I don't think you can approach the same way Mnangagwa was approached Mugabe, and approach Mnangagwa the way that he was approached. I believe that it will end very badly if we try to use that approach. So a different approach is needed. Okay. So there is quite a bit of detail here. Government has approved the review of license payments, levies, fees in the tourism sector. So go and check out this in detail. And then obviously there was an update here by Jenfan and Rushwaya yesterday. So if you manage to watch it, there's a bit of summary which we've done earlier on today on Gambakwe. Let's see what else is here. So Mohadi spent cartridge at the 11 mass graves at Mkushi girls training camp, where Zimbabwe freedom fighters were buried in Zambia yesterday. So he went over there. I'm going to update you during the midday update. And then let's see if anything else is happening. Drive economic independence, Vice President employs youth, that is Mohadi. And then you can see Chiwenga here. Vice President Chiwenga fields questions from the media in New Delhi in the presence of Zimbabwe Ambassador to India, Stella Ngomo. So I'll give you a bit of that when I get the video. What else is there? I'm trying to look at anything of interest here. I will give you anything that I find of interest later on today. Let's look at Old Mutual. Old Mutual has made an announcement. They've got here Constantine Chikosi and Sam Matsekete as the chairman. So Chief Executive Officer's review and chairman Constantine Chikosi. Old Mutual is struggling to get the money out of Zimbabwe. So once they make the money, they can't get the money out. That is a big problem. Zimbabwe and Mozambique are having such problems. So Airlink is failing to get the money out of Mozambique. And let's look at the results. So here is the statement of financial position. That's the balance sheet. It is in ZIG. I don't read statements in ZIG. They don't make sense to me. So if you put your statement in ZIG, I just ignore it. It's a mess. It's a joke. What currency are you using? What rates are you using? What company? How do you compare one company to the other? So I just leave it. Now, when you start making your statements in ZIG, I ignore it. It's got nothing to do with me. Chizig, chaka broker, chaka donor. It's fake. It's a fake currency. And then let's see if there's anything in Zambia. Then I'll be out of here. So let's look at Zambia. What is happening in Zambia? So in Zambia, today we've got tobacco farmers face ruin. That is the same newspaper from yesterday. We don't have any new newspapers from Zambia. Okay, now let's go to our people. And we're going to go on Facebook as people that we follow. I'm very interested in Becky K. Today she has released, so you can go watch Becky K. You know, she's one of the people that we follow. She's released information on how she met her husband and how much she didn't like him. Go check it out on Becky K. So Becky K, if you don't know her, she is a big player on the market. So that is her YouTube channel here. Last month we featured her after she spoke of her 7 miscarriages. This YouTube channel is one of the big and high quality YouTube channels in Zimbabwe. So go check it out. I like this YouTube channel, and she is a big MC. She covers events with the Zim Praise. So she's not, she was on Miss Tourism Zimbabwe. Yesterday she talked about Mzambi. Go check it out on a channel. Also, that is Becky K or Muchenje. That's a name. I'll tell you more about it. We'll feature here today properly on our website. So on Facebook, let's look at our people. Let's start with Madam Boss. She's amazing. I like her. She's one of the people with the biggest endorsements in Zimbabwe. So let's look at Madam Boss. It's good to be home. Thank you, Shirikadzi, for taking me this far. Shirikadzi. Look at her. She's looking very good. This looks like first class. Yes. Okay, is this first class? I don't know, guys. I've never been into these planes that have got such beautiful seats. So go check it out. She's doing very, very well. And then let's go to other people. President Hakainde Hichilema. What is he saying today? On the sidelines of the 5th sessions of the WHO Regional Committee for Africa in Lusaka, will address the equitable access to medicines. So there is the World Health Organization function in Lusaka right now. And you can go check it out on his pages. World Health Organization, one of the organizations where the USA has pulled out, I believe. And then let's go to President Dumaboko. President Dumaboko is speaking here. Let's see what is he saying. So that is the 25th, and then the 25th. So there's nothing new. He hasn't posted. And then let's look at SADC. On SADC, 45th SADC Summit brochure. So you can go and look at the brochure. It's available now over here. Okay, I think we've covered everyone that we normally cover. Let's look at Chamisa's Twitter and see if Chamisa is tweeted. So Nelson Chamisa, everyone is anticipating his next move. What is Chamisa going to do? What is he going to launch? And that is going to determine what other people do. When I'm talking of other people, I'm talking of the rest of the opposition. They've got no plan. CCC, they've done nothing. They're not even holding any press conferences. They're not attending meetings. They're not answering anything. And they're not contesting elections. So Nelson Chamisa probably the one guy that everyone is looking at. And at the moment, no new posts from Nelson Chamisa. Let's look on his group. So that is the Nelson Chamisa news channel. So if you go to updates and you look at Chamisa news channel, you will see that Chamisa has posted, and that is a 1 minute 7 seconds video. God is faithful, blessed Sunday to you. So that is here. It's a church service that is posted. You can go over there and check it out. Nelson Chamisa, God is in it. So that is very interesting. And that is a roundup of what is happening today. Now let's go and recap. What we said is that Tendai Biti has had a long and wide-ranging interview with HSTV yesterday, in which he said, if Tagwirei is forced onto ZANU-PF Central Committee, the army, the war veterans, and the general populace are going to intervene and stop it. So it's not going to be allowed. And you can go and check out this on his video interview with Blessed Mhlanga of HSTV or HSTV Live Zimbabwe. That is available right now on YouTube. And I've said that I don't believe that Mnangagwa is an easy customer. I believe that Mnangagwa, you can't approach him the same way that Mugabe was approached. You can't take a simplistic view on Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa is very dangerous. He is an armed person. He's not like Mugabe. Mugabe was a sitting duck. He was waiting for the army to protect him. Mnangagwa is arming up. And I've shown you this week how much he's arming up, protecting himself. He's also spying on everyone. So these vehicles that he's using here, They've got capabilities to listen and identify who is around them. He is able to go into people's phones and check what they're doing and saying. Multiple people are getting hacked right now as we speak in Zimbabwe. Some people's phones have been hacked, and some of them have said it in public, some of them have not. You have seen some of the things happening, strange things, like the police men who announced the coup, and also generally the defeat of Mdarageza in South Africa and the arrest of Nyoka Mabunu. Ruthless actions by Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa is not a sitting duck. So that is what I can say. When people say the army will intervene, or the war vets will intervene, or the people will stand up, you must remember what I'm always saying to you, that Mnangagwa is an armed person. He's not like Mugabe. So when he's seeing you coming, he already sees you coming. The question is, are you willing to walk into the fire of Mnangagwa? That is my belief, that this is not going to end well. It's going to be much more different from the last one. So the last time that a person was removed, it was hugs and kisses and photos and selfies. This time, Pasha Manyewa, people will run because if ever people want to oppose the ascendancy of Tagwirei, then it has to be an open fight. And it won't be simple. It won't be a simple fight. And no one is going to be able to sit on that seat. So in fact, trying to resist the ascendance of Tagwirei is going to end up with a worse situation than Tagwirei ascending. Because Tagwirei can be managed if he's in the central committee. But if you say, we don't want Tagwirei and we're going to fight, the outcome is not simple. So that is what I'm trying to say here. The outcome is not simple. And one way or the other, the 2028 elections are the most important elections we've ever had in Zimbabwe. You will see that after 2028, Zimbabwe is either going to go dramatically in the right direction, or we are going to go so far back like you've never seen. So the important thing is to make sure that we get 2028 right. If we don't get 2028 right, we are finished as a country. There's no way back from this point. All right, let's look at the comments. Pardon, Gambakwe, Aka Broker. Yes, Gambakwe Aka Broker. Anoda Chema Tsenganzungu. Kazembe, Gambakwe Saka, Akuna Zvikananda, Zinotaurwa kana Zvakupinda muPolitburo. Yes, you're right. There is not going to be much. Guys, where we're going, there's no more Zvikananda. If you see Tagwirei getting into the Politburo, sorry, into the Central Committee today and being confirmed, it's over. ZANU-PF, the ZANU-PF that you know is over. It's no longer there. All people were corrupt have been exposed. Yes, opposition is dead and buried. Koma King Vegas. Gambakwe is proposing an M31 type of thing. Yes, I'm not proposing. We're on it. And you see that when we get to 2028, M31 will be the only viable opposition because no one else wants to do anything. Even Biti himself, he doesn't want to challenge. Do you know that Biti is the current president of CCC on the Watchman Novice side? So if he's saying that I knew that I was going to be holding an interview every Friday or a rally, why is he not holding a rally or doing a press conference every Friday? Who stopped him? Because he was a rotational president, isn't it? Together with Karenyi and the Watchman Ngube. So what stopped him from doing every Friday a press conference? So that is why I'm saying to you, eventually, you want someone that is going to take a position and bring a manifesto. The problem is these guys don't have a manifesto. Biti doesn't have a manifesto. Chamisa doesn't have a manifesto. Mukwananzi and his people don't have a manifesto. You can count them all. Their manifesto is that MDC was good. Muzuri says MDC was the thing. They want to revive the old. They don't want to do anything new. And what you need to do is to believe that a new political party can come up, arise, and win. But they don't believe it. They believe that you have to go to Harvest House. And then once they're in Harvest House, you're in a party. They don't believe that there is another new way. And M31 is a break from that. We're saying come out together, become an MP, become a councillor, become a senator. You don't have to be in MDC or whatever. Bring everyone together. Don't have these small little groups. And don't wait for Chamisa to do something. What if Chamisa doesn't come? What are you going to do? Are you going to say because Chamisa is not there, you must come back and then we'll start a party? You see? So we need a party that is vibrant so that ZANU-PF, when they fight, you take advantage. The moment you can't take advantage of the ZANU-PF fight. In fact, you become a commentator of ZANU-PF activities. You become part of the ZANU-PF matrix. Okay, I think we've covered everything. We're going to cover Patience very soon. The wife of the late Tangadura. She's been trending, but no arrests as yet. No one has been arrested as yet for the murder of Mdara Tangadura. Let's go to our sponsors. Mve, please buy 1 packet. In Harare only, you will get a free 2 Zambia detox. That is amazing stuff. If you buy 2 packets, 1 packet of Mve, you get 2 free Zambia detox. It's enough for 2 days. And you can also buy the Zambia detox by itself. You can just go there to our guys in the office and you buy it. You have to buy 3 for $20. That is all. You're done. You don't have to buy Mve if you don't like it or you already have the packet. So WhatsApp our office or our office in Harare over here, and then buy your camera, your solar camera, so that you can monitor your house from any angle on your phone over here. So do not be blind. Be aware of your surroundings. And this is only $200 and you're done. All right. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. I'll see you again a little bit later. The ZANU-PF Politburo, Central Committee and Politburo normally have their meetings around 10. So let's see what Mhlanga does today. I'm going to give you guys an update around 11, 12, somewhere there. And then let's see if Tagwirei is now taking his position and what happens. Is Chiwenga going to suddenly appear? Or what? Has Chiwenga arrived in Zimbabwe? All right. I would like to thank all of you for watching and a good day to all.